Hello dear friends, welcome back. This is Miss Tara D, and for those of you who are new to my channel, please remember to subscribe and like and share this video with your friends. Today we're doing something very exciting that I've been looking forward to and preparing for at least a month. And as you can see, today we're filming out of my kitchen. My kitchen is where all the magic and all the love is created. It's one of my favorite places in the home. And the reason why we're working out of our kitchen is because we are making our own Florida water. That's right. For those of you who don't know about Florida water, it's used as a spiritual cleansing for many rituals by many people. And this came about, I would say, in the 1800s. Now there's a lot of confusion, well, not confusion, just different types, different reasons or myths about how Florida water got started or why. Some people say that Ponce de Leon found it in Florida and he thought it was the water of life or the fountain in youth. Other people say it was created by the French as a cologne. But the one story that I just read about that I think makes the most sense is that Florida water was actually created in the Caribbean. That's right, in the Caribbean islands, and Florida has a bug repellent of all things because the smell is so citrusy, right? And we find the citrusy fruits in the islands and in Florida in warm weather, tropical weather. And it was almost like citronella candles that we use today. You know, when you light the citronella candles and it repels the mosquitoes, because in the islands and in the South, there was a lot of malaria from the mosquitoes. So they came up with a very citrusy fragrance to repel them. And later on, people just loved the smell that it became a cologne. So people actually started to use it as a cologne. Because the smell was so lovely and inviting, a lot of the spiritualists, especially those from the Caribbean, like from Santeria and the Aruba religion and even Voodoo and Haitian, thought that their deities and their gods would love this as a gift, the way they do with a cigar or a glass of rum or candy. They said, hey, you know what? This smells so good. I know my God will love it. I know my deity will love it. Especially for Santeria and Aruba, Ashun, okay? Because Ashun loves citruses and oranges and yellow colors and gold. So I could really see that happening. And then it just kind of spread out, and then it became manufactured in a factory. Obviously, this bottle was manufactured in a factory, and it has very basic color ingredients. It has alcohol and some fragrances and water, not much in it. And so what do we use this for? So Florida water is really great for cleansing, repelling spirits, for rituals, a lot of rituals it's used for, just to add in the magic or in the potion, whatever you're making. It's also used to clean your altars. It's wonderful for cleaning your altars, your statues, things of that nature. And some people even put it in their mop bucket to when they wash their floors. This way they not only clean the floor, but it's also spiritually cleansed. So I'm really excited that we're going to make this from scratch today, okay? So, like I said, I've been preparing all month, and part of the preparations, and just mind you, this is my recipe that I'm using today. Okay, you can all make your own recipes. There's a lot of videos online, but I do hope my video is your favorite. And this is my little recipe. I'm going to put it at the end of the video. So at the end, feel free to pause it, do a screenshot, and hopefully you like it, and hopefully you'll use it and leave a comment. Now, before I move further, once again, please like and subscribe. I really need the algorithm to pick this up. I appreciate you for doing that. Okay, so let me tell you what the ingredients are. So of course, we have fresh oranges and lemons. So because these take a little bit of time, I peeled them this morning and I have them all here. So these are fresh peels. Then we have some dry peels, okay? Because when you let them sit and dry, they just smell so much better. In the basket, we have thyme, rosemary, and mint. Then we have our dry items. So we have sage, cloves, cinnamon sticks, okay, and anise. And I love the anise because they look like little stars. So the anise brings prosperity, protection, but also to me, because it's a little star, it's a wish herb. I like to make wishes with it when I do my rituals. And we all know that cinnamon is also for protection and prosperity, okay? Sage, of course, and mint and rosemary, they're all protective. They all brings us, repel negativity. Then I have some dried flowers, okay? So we have rosebud, we have peach blossoms, jasmine, lemongrass, of course, because we want to keep that citrusy, lavender. We all love lavender and it smells so nice. We also have a little bit of some dry flowers here. And of course, we have peony. Okay. Furthermore, in addition, we have a bouquet of dried flowers. Now, a lot of people and myself like to also add fresh flowers, but they were so expensive. I went to the store and I couldn't believe how much. And I said, you know what? The gods will understand. Then we have some essence oils, and I'm going to go through this as we pour them in. So we have peppermint. I love peppermint. It has a repellent. Not only is it a spiritual repellent, it also gives you clarity of mind and thought. It helps you to breathe a little easy. However, it's a natural repellent for rodents. I don't know if you know this. So if you get an infestation, if you put this around your house, it'll repel all the little mices, and you don't have to worry about it being toxic for your animals. Then we added some additional lavender, because we love lavender. We're only going to use a little bit, not a lot. Lily of the Valley. Oh, that floral smell. It just adds to the whole scent of Florida water. Rose, because I couldn't find fresh roses, so I figured let's use a little rose essence. And of course, jasmine. Jasmine is known to repel negativity and for protection and for cleansingness. We're also going to add a little Himalayan pink rock salt. Okay, now we know salts also repel negativity, but they're also preservative because we're going to store this for at least 40 days. And this will help all these ingredients from not rotting or decaying or building fungus. This is very important. And we only need a little bit. Don't worry about it. And then we're going to finish off by adding alcohol. Okay, so hopefully I have enough alcohol. I was looking at it, I was like, maybe I didn't buy enough, which is fine because I can always go back to the store later and buy and add it to it. You don't have to worry if you don't buy enough. You can always add more later. You should use 70% and higher. 90% is the best, okay? Now, some recipes you're going to see online use vodka or another grain alcohol called clear water. My house is a sober house, so we don't keep alcohol here. So that's why we use this kind of alcohol. Also, that being said, remember, this is an external product, okay? Please don't drink it. You'll make yourself sick, especially with this kind of alcohol. If you had pure grain, maybe you could drink a little bit, or vodka, but definitely not with, general anesthetic alcohol, okay? So that's just a little disclaimer. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, one of the most important ingredients for me is also moon water. So I've been curing this bottle of moon water. It's been on my windowsill for at least a full cycle. And we're only gonna add a little bit, not a lot. The reason why is we don't wanna dilute the alcohol. So we just wanna put a little rainwater that I've been preparing and getting the moon and also putting my spiritual intentions in it every day to make it powerful, to give it potency. So we're only going to use a little bit just to add to the potency of our Florida water. Okay, so you're going to need a big jar and of course a wooden spoon. Okay, you don't want to use metal because the acids and everything, the metal's going to taint your water, your product here, and it might ruin it. So always use wood. Wood is the best, okay? All right, so that's everything as far as ingredients. Now, the most important ingredient of them all, and I think you'll all agree with me, is intention. If you are not connected to your spirit guides, to your angels or your ancestors, and if you do not have the right spiritual intentions, this is just an old salad. That's it, an old fruit salad. So to really make the magic, because the magic comes from you are the power source. So you really have to put your intentions. And this is why I said this has been preparing for at least a month, because every day as I put my ingredients together, I would set my intentions, okay? Today, I've called upon my ancestors, okay? Not only verbally and spiritually, but I connect with my ancestors, excuse me, I apologize, with these baskets, okay? This basket and this basket. How does this connect me to my ancestors? Well, my grandfather was the basket weaver of his village in Sardinia. And these were the last two baskets that he made by hand. And when I went as an adult to visit the family, my grandmother gave me these baskets and said, your grandfather wanted you to have them. So whenever I use these baskets or whenever I touch them, I feel I'm connecting to my roots and to my ancestry, okay? So it's always good to have something, whether it's a statue, a picture, any little thing that connects you to your ancestors. And that's a good way to bring them into ritual. Okay, so let's start. All right, let me move some things. I hope I didn't forget anything. If I did, we'll just figure it out as we go along, okay? By the way, I also already cleaned my area before we started, spiritually cleaned, physically cleaned, and spiritually cleaned. And I use my smudge spray. And I'm going to show you in another video how I make my smudge spray. And because I love incense and I love resin, but sometimes the smoke is just too much for me in this tiny apartment. And it just, gives me allergies. And my producer of 26 years doesn't really like it either. But he loves this spray. And in another video, look out for it. I'm going to teach you how to make this. It's very, very simple. Okay, so let's begin. Oh. So this was cleaned and spiritually cleaned. And we're going to start using our fresh peels. Oh, and I wish you could smell this. Oh my God, it smells so good. So we have the peel of 3 limes, okay, and 3 oranges. And this, like I said, there's no exact measurement. Use your intuition. It also depends on the size jar. Some people make little jars. I'm making a big jar because I plan to mail this to some friends, okay? Once it's ready, I'm gonna make little bottles and I'm gonna mail them. I'm gonna mail them in this size bottle. This is 4 ounce. And normally you should store them in glass. However, because I am mailing them, I'm gonna put them in plastic so they don't break, because sometimes the delivery people just throw your packages. Okay. But this is what I'm gonna be making. So I need a large batch. Oh, so now, so we have that. Oh, I have one more orange that I was trying to peel earlier and I just ran out of time because I was trying to do my makeup and I was trying to set up, but this will just take a little second. And if you do make your own Florida water, please leave your comments. Tell me, what do you use in your recipes? Because this way I can learn from you as well. Okay, and the fruit I'm going to eat later because we don't want to waste good fruit, okay? And don't you love the way I peel it? When I was a child, and I lived with my grandmother, and even my mother would do it here in the Bronx. We would peel it like this, and it said if you can peel the whole orange, the whole fruit, without breaking the peel, it was good luck. And we used to hang it to bring a beautiful odor into the home, a beautiful smell, such a citrusy smell. So I'm going to put this fresh peel in here as well. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my dry peels. So I've been collecting my orange and tangerine peels for about a month. Every time I eat one, I save the peel and I let it dry. And this way we have it for our Florida water. I'm going to put the whole thing. So mind you, Florida water really should be more citrusy than woody. So try not to use herbs or flowers that have a woody smell, okay? Because Florida water really should be citrusy. Remember, it came from the islands. So when you do your recipe, try to do that. Okay, so next, okay. I want to I'm continuing with my fresh. So here's my rosemary. Let's put it, and you're better off, don't shred it, because after the 40 days, you're gonna have to strain it. So if you could keep the pieces big, it's easier to strain than getting all little pieces in your Florida water. Oh, I do wish you were here. This is lovely. I just love it. It's one of my favorite recipes. And what's so good about it is that for the whole month, while you have all these laying out to dry, your house just smells beautiful. Okay, fresh mint. This is fresh mint. I bought it yesterday because I didn't want to use the dry mint. I love, just gorgeous. Okay, and some thyme. Okay, we're gonna use some thyme. Here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. So now, I want to use some of the rose petals, okay, that are dry, and some of the flowers. Just some for they have a fragrance as well, and I'm sure it'll please the spirits. Oh, I'm just so excited. I can't wait to, I enjoy making this, but I enjoy it more giving it away to my friends as a gift. People are like, oh, how much? I really don't sell these. I don't know. I just think spiritually, I just like, it's good karma, to give out little presents to your friends. It makes their day. Speaking of presents, these new bracelet and these beads I got from a dear friend, Hershey, and also from Michelle. Michelle, how do you say your last name? Is it Mosaic on YouTube? Very, very sweet. They gave me this, has a love box, and you could find that video on my channel too. They sent me beautiful things in a love box. So I like to pay it forward and send love out to everybody else. Okay. So we're done here. I'm going to move that aside. Oh, this is so beautiful. Wow, I thought this is, you could see already. Oh, look how beautiful that looks. It almost looks like a giant bottle of potpourri. All right, let's do our dry ingredients. Sage for protection. Cloves. Oh, I love the smell of cloves. I don't like them when they're in food though. It bothers my stomach. But I love them in rituals and they smell beautiful. The anise seeds, remember the anise seeds? They look like little stars. I'm just gonna take a moment. Please, angel guides and spirits, we ask that you help me and you continue to prepare this Florida water so that it can repel negativity, attract positivity, bring clarity of mind and heart and love. Just do a little ritual, take a breath, remember your intentions, okay? Because sometimes when I make the videos, I just move so fast and I forget what I'm doing and the purpose. So take a moment, literally smell the roses. Say your prayers, your intentions. Thank your spirit guides, your angels, and your ancestors for being at the table with you and for being your sous chef as you prepare this beautiful meal. Okay, I'm going to put these in as well. Now we're going to add our cinnamon sticks. And like I said, there's no real measurement. You just figure it out for yourself. Okay. All right. Now I want to put my rosebuds. So a lot of these dry ingredients, and even some of the fresh ones, you can buy at a botanica. A botanica is a spiritual store where they sell herbs and statues, anything that you might need for your esoteric beliefs and growth. You can find anything there. By the way, the Florida water, you can also find that at Botanica, but in places like the Bronx, where we have a lot of people who follow the Aruba religion and Santeria, you can even find this. I bought this at my local grocery store. That's right, my grocery store carried it. or at your bodega. A bodega is like a little deli on the corner. It's called a bodega, and you find these there as well. And this wasn't expensive. This was like $4. So somebody might say, oh, it's cheaper to just buy it. Yes, it is. But it's so much fun making your own. Plus, I think having your intention and your creativity makes it more powerful and more pleasing to your deities that you devote your life to. Okay? And that's the purpose and the intention. I'm going to move these things here. I'm going to open up my rosebuds. I hope you haven't turned off the video yet. I hope you follow it all the way through to the end. Okay, so let's add our little rosebuds. They smell so good. If you don't have a Botanica, or if they don't sell these at your Whole Foods store, Amazon carries them. Also, I have a dear friend. She's an apothecary. She lives in Indiana. And I'm going to put her link downstairs because you can buy them directly from her. Very reasonable. Very reasonable. She also has a wonderful tarot course for beginners that you might like. So I'm going to make sure that I have her information in the link. Oh, the lavender. Who doesn't like lavender? I think everybody loves lavender. Pignoni, I think it's called. Also smells lovely. Like I said, I was looking forward to this video just because it's so much fun to make and it smells so good. So good. I really can't wait to send this out to my friends. Yes, push it down, give it a little shake so that everything can move down to the dry ingredients. Use your spoon. This is why you need to have a nice wooden spoon to kind of just push everything down, okay? Now, jasmine, of course. I think I might not use now that I'm looking at it, I think I have enough jasmine dry flower that I probably will not use the essential oil. I don't think I need it. Yeah, I'm going to skip the essential oil. I don't really think I need it. And of course, the lemongrass, because we want that citrusy smell, okay? Oh, yes, perfect. It's perfect for this. Now, okay, let me move this all out of the way, and I want to shake this because let's throw that in, but I also want to show you the second basket that my grandfather made. So I thank my ancestors, I thank my grandfather, I thank my spirit guides, my angel guides for being part of this ritual today and connecting me to the old ways and to the ancient ways. Ashe. Isn't this gorgeous? Completely made by hand, no factory products. Even the dyes are fresh dyes. Okay. Let's put in before we forget, our Himalayan salt. And I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little bit of a handful. Maybe just to be sure, add a little bit more, you know. The Puerto Ricans, they always say when you're cooking and you take your sazon, which is a kind of like an allspice, and you put it in, and you just keep putting it in until your ancestors say "wepa," and then you know you're done. I love that. I love that. Okay, peppermint. Now we're going to put in our essential oils. I want to put in a cup, about 10 drops or so of your peppermint. Lily of the Valley. I'm going to put basically a whole little can't remember the name of it. Somebody help me. You know my old age. Eyedropper. Is that what it's called? An eyedropper? Whoa, it smells lovely in this house. And of course, I want to put a little bit of lavender because we've already put it in. But I just love the smell of lavender. So I just really want to add a little bit more. Okay. And we're going to skip on the jasmine, but I do want to put some rose. Yes. Ooh. I put in a little too much. It's almost like when we pour our little drinks, right? Blah, 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 blah. Oh. Okay. Now, give it a little shake, a little rub. Send your vibrations into it, you know, your intentions of positivity to repel negativity. Thank you. Spiritual cleansing, clarity of the mind and heart. Breathe. Just remember, that's the breath of life. Put your breath of life into your ingredients. It's very important. Okay, now we're going to put in our alcohol. Okay, so that's 1. And like I said, you want to be able to put enough to cover all the ingredients, okay? Very important. Okay, I don't think I'm going to have enough, which is fine because I'm going to end up going to the store later anyway. So I'm going to buy some more because, you know, the reason why is this is a little bigger than the one I usually use. Okay, so I'm going to need, I would say 4 more, which is interesting because these are 16 ounces. Maybe they mislabeled them, you know, but we're going to get some more anyway. Like I said, you can always add, and don't forget your moon water. Okay. Not bad. We're good. We're good. And this is why I tell you, you know, everybody has, oh, it's not bad. Oh, look at this. It is going to cover. Okay. I just had to push it down a little bit. Oh, perfect. No, that worked out just fine. It's perfect. Okay. I just had to push it down more. Okay. And let the ingredients kind of soak it in. All righty. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, my ancestors and spirit guides, for helping me. I really give gratitude for that. See? This is why you need to call them into your rituals. Because I really believe they just made this all happen for us today. Wonderful. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay. I'm just taking a moment to look around and make sure that I put everything in. I have all my fresh citrusy fruits. I have the dry ones. I have my herbs and spices. I have my salt, my moon water, and I have my essential oils. Okay, this is perfect. We have everything. And of course the alcohol. And we've been saying our intentions. I'm going to close this and get a jar that's airtight, okay? Because when you shake it, you don't want it to spill. Do not use a metal container. Do not use one of those Starbucks coffee things, tumblers. Don't use plastic, okay? Try to get a glass. I actually bought this glass one on Amazon. It was only like $12. What a deal. What a deal. I love catching deals. But, you know, you could find these at Dollar Tree, any discount store, okay? Excuse me. All right. Give me 1 second. This is my recipe. I just want to make sure I didn't forget anything. I think I've told you all we're going to put this away for 40 days. You don't have to put it in direct sunlight, and you do not have to put it in a dark closet. You can put it anywhere. This will probably sit right here in my kitchen. This way every day it'll remind me that I got to stir it up, okay? And if for some reason the alcohol or the liquids reduce, you can open and add more, okay? Just so you know. It doesn't mean once you close it, it's not a time capsule where once you close it, you can't reopen it. Of course you can add more. All right, so we used our orange, our lemons, our limes, our cinnamon sticks related to success, money, love, lust, protection, and more. Okay. We like that. Sage, prosperity, protection and cleansing. Mint, attracts abundance. Okay, prosperity and protection and cleansingness. We love all of these herbs and spices. Roses, fresh and oil, used in spells and rituals for love, beauty. Oh yes, we all need a little extra love and beauty. Peppermint oil enhances concentration, mental clarity for all my air signs. That is definitely your essential oil. Often incorporates spells, rituals, charm bags, promotes peace. Oh, definitely peace. Okay. Lily of the Valley. I have a dear friend who loves that. Enhancing concentration, promotes mental clarity. Offers protection. Anise relates to prosperity and abundance. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And the cloves. Okay, kosher salt. We have everything. We're done. We're done with this. We're good. All right. My little crystal there. Some people also like to put Palo Santo, things of that nature. I don't. That's a little too woodsy for me. It has a very musky type smell for me. And like I said, I want to keep this very citrusy, okay? Citrusy. All right, so let's give it a really good shake. Ah, there we go. Okay. There we go. It's hard to, with my boobs, it's hard to shake this sometimes. Okay, so you can, but okay. Here we go, and let's just make sure everything is pushed down again. Here we go. Thank you. Alrighty, there you go, because we want to make sure everything is covered. There. Oh, this is lovely. I'm telling you, it smells gorgeous. You don't even, it doesn't smell like alcohol at all. And after 40 days, you won't smell the alcohol anymore. It's like all the citrusy and all the smells from the herbs are really going to become fragrance. So you won't. So that's it for today. I really, really hope you enjoyed today's video. And I'm so glad I got to share this with all of you. Like I said, I've been very, very excited to put this together and to just show you how it's made and to invite you into my kitchen. I love being in my kitchen. I love feeding people. I love creating in my kitchen. It's such a homey place, and I really feel this is where spirit really lives. And you know, your kitchen counter and your kitchen table sometimes is your altar. It's your altar because that's where you sit and that's where the love is, right? It's almost like your spiritual altar. All right, my dear friends, please like, subscribe. I want to hear all your comments. Let me know if you're going to make this. Come back in 40 days and let me know if you made it and how it turned out. I'm really interested. And I can't wait for this to be finished so I could send it out to those special friends of mine who I dearly love and appreciate their support on YouTube and in life. Okay, take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.